Hello, not that that makes a difference. Welcome, or welcome back to Heretic Owl Tarot. My name is Liz. I will be guiding you on this journey. This is a reading for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, wherever Aquarius shows up for you. Definitely be sure to check out your human design profile reading. If you don't know your human design profile, I'll put the link in the description below for you to get your human design body graph, and one of the bits of information on there will be your profile. So, how are you? How's it going? The card kind of came out quick, which is good. Always nice. It's a card of intuition. I keep getting this like bird's eye view, or like seeing the big picture. You know, I mean, with this, the picture of, the earth here, I mean, maybe there's something, something to do with that. I don't know. Having like the world at your fingertips or something. Of course, too, it could just be like the marriage between, higher consciousness, outer consciousness, universal, kind of consciousness, and like the 3D where we are. This card has shown up in every reading I've done so far, the Ace of Cups. It's just so funny. There's always one card that is, like it just tends to show up, or it's like a theme throughout all of the readings. We have the Knight of Cups, 3 of Wands, 6 of Wands, 3 of Swords, too many, and 9 of Cups. I've seen that a few times too. Just interesting because it's like out of all of the cards, the same few cards to come out like a couple times in the reading. So let's see what this intuition card, intuition. All right, it says, life speaks to and guides us through our intuition. These days, when we have a sudden urge to call a friend and they answer, desperate to talk to someone, that is intuition. It often goes against logic, but there is a deep knowing to that gut feeling trying to get our attention. Intuition isn't something you can force. It arises on its own, but we can become a vessel. Get to know and love yourself. Listen to your needs and desires and stay open. The more we connect with ourselves, the more we connect with the inner knowing. That is what the intuition is for. It is the direct messenger of the soul, which is almost kind of like how it feel like these eyes feel like a messenger. Obviously, like we're physically down here on earth type of thing, and receiving messages or downloads from somewhere, I don't know if I said it, but we have the 10 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So let's start with the Ace of Cups. And before we start there, I just want to say, okay, so I don't know if this is what's like going on, but Mars is in Aries right now, right? I can't remember exactly the date that it went into Aries. I know it was like not that long ago. Today is May 5th, but and I have this huge pimple on my cheek that hurts so bad. I rarely get pimples like this that hurt, and just seem to like stick around forever. I tried like an Epsom salt, compress, whatever. It is what it is. And then I have this, if you watched, I don't even know what video it is. It doesn't matter, but I use a CPAP machine. Otherwise I suffocate at night. And all of a sudden, like I woke up with this is from like the top of the mask. And I thought I was just maybe it was because I was like literally sleeping on my face. And the mask was like pressing into, I mean, almost literally my third eye, right? Like just smashing right into it. But it's been, I think, 2 hours since I've been awake and it's not gone yet. It's just like this red halo, this red little rainbow that's like connecting my two eyebrows. So, anyway, my point in saying, that like with Mars being in Aries too, like Aries is my 10th house. So, I think that has something to do with like, public image and of course, like how people view you and stuff. And here I am, putting YouTube videos out. And part of me was like, I should, I mentioned, I think in the last videos that I do freelance work. So my table is just like covered in other stuff too, which is why I don't have the overhead view this time or last time. And part of me was like just feeling insecure, so I was like, maybe I should try to like clear the space and, kind of get my little setup going again. And then I was like, you know what? I just refuse to be in my like geriatric age. It's like I refuse to be insecure about, it takes so much work to do that. Like, could I have cleared off my table? Yeah, but it's like it would create more work for me to do that, literally just to hide, because I am feeling insecure about my unibrow, or I don't even know. I put like a little bit. I don't wear makeup. I just have like a powder foundation that I use sometimes just to like even out my skin. I tried putting that on top of it. I don't even know. But anyway, I wasn't even going to mention it, but then I was like, I have to like get it off my chest. Basically, I'm definitely one of those people that like I just have to say it. I just have to say it, and then, like the energy is like dispersed or something. So, anyway, thanks for letting me share. So, let's talk about you. Ace of Cups. Cups have to do with our emotions. How are we feeling? It's kind of funny that I just went on this rant about how I was feeling about, and I don't even know if I actually finished it, but like I said, so, Mars and Aries, it just feels like very Martian or something to have this like huge pimple on my face. And it was like right when I was deciding to start these videos, and I'm like, well, do I wait for my face to heal? And then I was like, no, fuck that. And then even whatever is happening on my forehead, and I'm just blaming Mars. Maybe it's not, I don't know, but it feels that way. I mean, Venus is in Taurus right now, which is where my sun is, and the sun is in Taurus too. So it's like this kind of push and pull, type of thing. Good times, good times. It's all good. So, the Ace of Cups for the third time, right? Let's try this again. Emotions. Your heart center, right? It's like, how are you feeling about everything, about yourself, about the people in your life, about your life, right? It's even how you express and communicate your feelings. Aces are brand new. So it's, feeling like your cup is full. It could be, of course, something new coming into your life that is emotional in some capacity. I love that this little book has little keywords. I just love little keywords. It says new emotion, expressing yourself, budding love, explosion of feelings. And then it says long ago, the first two elephants met at a glowing pool of water. Trunks entangled, they danced in the midday sun in celebration of the bliss of being alive. Emotions swirling, the elephants rejoice in their connection and feel an explosion of new feelings. So yeah, I mean, you could be making a new connection. Of course, that can be romantic. It doesn't have to be. It could just be a platonic relationship, meeting somebody who shares your same values, even being open to that. Also, it's interesting because these two elephants are already there. So this could be something that has already happened. Like something has already entered your life, and maybe it's a matter of really sitting in gratitude for it. Like almost maybe you haven't realized how happy the thing makes you, or how much it actually really does fill your cup type of thing. Even too, like the possibility of, opportunities in some capacity, just like expanding on that love of what you do. Or cups are very intuitive also, because we feel our intuition generally in our body, right? For me anyway, and from what I've heard and what I've seen, when you talk to people, it's more in the body versus ego is generally in our mind. So there could even just be like a deepening trust of your I almost said emotions, that too, but a deepening trust of your intuition, really letting it lead the way, which is very kind of like strategy and authority. I know we're not really talking about like human design, but very strategy and authority, because in human design, your strategy and authority is literally designed to help you enter into the correct experiences for you, the quote unquote correct experiences for you. It really is like your compass of following what feels good, like literally following your yes and even honoring your no. So that could be something to just look into a little bit, get some information on. No doubt though, like what I have found with most people that I've done readings for or talked to, read about, we're already, even if we have no clue about human design, to a certain extent, we've already been following our strategy and authority, because it truly is like the thing that feels the best. Like it does feel good when we do that. And, opportunities open up, and, again, our cup is, filled and overflowing, and we have more energy, emotional capacity to take on things because we're already feeling good. We're not feeling depleted, burnt out. So yeah, I don't know. I don't even know where that came from, but we're here. So definitely check out your strategy and authority. We don't really talk about that in the profile readings, but there's so many amazing resources out there for each type and each, strategy and authority. So check that out. We have the Six of Wands under the Ace of Cups. So again, right? Okay. In this card, there's two elephants. In this card, there are two beings. And again, right? Like it feels like, it seems like there's an opportunity, there's something that has already come into your existence, because this feels like passing the torch to me. This side of the card is the past, the left side of the card is the past, the right side of the card is the future. So to me, like this is somebody who has been carrying this torch, or the wand is what it is, and they're handing it off to somebody else. You, right? And really, I guess you really could be either one of these people, Wands have to do with action. It's fire, right? So the motivation behind the actions that we take, creativity, passion, how are we communicating those things? What actions are we taking towards those things? I also see wands as being information by way of experience, life lessons, that type of thing, because truly that's how we learn, by doing. We have to try it. We just do. We have to see if we like it. We have to see if it works. And there's really no other way to figure that out than doing. I've been giving this example of like, do you know how many times I thought, I thought that I was going to love some type of hobby or love some type of even, career or field of study, because in my head, right, like I had this kind of expectation or whatever, and then I buy all the shit for it. Let's say it's a hobby. I buy all this stuff for it, convinced that I'm gonna do it forever, I'm gonna master it and, um, become famous for it or something, whatever. And I try it and I'm like, I fucking hate this, like, but then there's other things that I've been like, I don't really think I would like that. And I tried it and loved it. So again, my point in saying all that is just, you have to try to see if you even like it. And even if you don't like it, there's like even little pivots that can be make sure like, I actually kind of like this aspect of it, but I kind of want to do it in this way, or I want to try doing it in this way, or I'm just going to take the part out that I don't even like, type of thing, right? So anyway, that's my whole spiel about trying shit. And wands. So the 6 of Wands is victory and success. It's being recognized. It, of course, comes after the 5 of Wands, which is conflict, competition. So it's victory after a period of conflict or a period of competition. Also, I see the 5 of Wands as like training or conditioning, like developing muscle memory type of thing. So even if you have been in practice of something for a period of time, and again, maybe it has something to do, maybe it's been encompassing your whole world. I don't know whatever. I just kind of like looked at this picture of the earth again. But, maybe for the however long, right, you've been really focusing on something to, develop. Maybe you have been trying different things. Maybe you have been, discovering what it is that fills your cup. Maybe you even discovered something new in there that really does light you up. It fills you emotionally. It, again, there's this recognition here, and somebody passing the torch. Maybe you're meeting somebody who, or you have met somebody who is like a mentor in some capacity. It's interesting. So we have the Knight of Cups next and the 3 of Swords. The Knight of Cups and the 3 of Swords. I'm really not sure why, but this card has actually come out once or twice too. In addition to this reading, of course. And the Knight of Cups is like the knight in shining armor of the tarot. They're, Prince Charming. They'll come in and save the day. This knight is in gold armor. And generally, the Knight of Cups is about an offering, right? I mean, somebody would be offering their cup to you. You could be offering your cup to somebody else. Again, it would have to do with emotions, though. So it's sharing your emotion of a thing. It's, yeah, I mean, all the book says is romantic, charming, idealistic, confident. A charming elephant, adored in gold and full of confidence, bows down to the little elephant in a gesture of romantic attraction. Would this elephant and his alluring nature be enough to sway the little elephant into wanting a mate? That's like where there is no little elephant on this card either. So I don't know. Obviously, I mean, if they're offering their cup, they would be offering it to somebody. So clearly there would have to be another elephant. I'm definitely thinking way too deep into that. But for whatever reason, though, this specific Knight of Cups, in the readings that it's come out in, it feels phony. Like, I don't know why. I think it's cute in its little gold armor, but for whatever reason, it does either feel phony or it feels incorrect. It's like, being in gold armor, it's like they're trying to get your attention, and it's almost like this illusion type of thing, or, just focus on the bright and shiny. Don't focus on the inside, or, like looking past the illusion. I don't know. Like, I feel bad for thinking that of that poor little elephant. But it's also interesting that it's paired with the Three of Swords. It's even a little interesting how similar, we have this night sky and then these lines right here, and where they are, I don't know, looks similar to me. The Three of Swords is about disappointment, rejection, betrayal. Swords have to do with our mind, our thoughts, our belief systems. How are we communicating those things? Swords are also divine truth and honesty, logic, being objective, right? I also see swords as being the suit of ego because, like I said before, that's generally where we hear our ego, is in our minds. And our ego is created by the stories that we attach to experiences, to feelings. And it becomes a reason why we do and don't do things. It's the reason why we even have a perspective of our reality, right? Because information comes in, it goes through our filter of ego, and then it spits out some story, regarding it. So the Three of Swords does talk about heartbreak, but it's more about how that is living in your mind. What stories have you or are you attaching to some level of disappointment, pain, grief, suffering, heartbreak? It says the sun discovers a fallen star, impaled by his own swords, heartbroken by his carelessness. The sun looks anywhere to place the blame. Grief has a way of masking the truth. It consumes anything it can to survive. And so the heartbreaking sun dims his light and fills himself with anger. Interesting. And, both of these cards are in the middle of the reading. So we have this Ace of Cups, Six of Wands on the one side. We have the Three of Wands and the Nine of Cups on the other side. So, and especially like with the intuition card out here, maybe there is an offer that was coming in, is coming in, where it is being presented as being kind of bright and shiny, but it's just, it's not, it just may not be the best opportunity for you. And it's like, don't allow FOMO to make the decision for you. Even with the intuition card coming out here, and it even said something about It often goes against logic, but there's a deep knowing to that gut feeling trying to get our attention. Also, though, I mean, it could even be that something you were excited about, something, because with the Knight of Cups too in their golden armor, right? I mean, maybe you were, presenting yourself. Like I'm thinking like an interview or something like that, like some type of being in some type of position where you are polished, right? And you are, charming and charismatic and like trying to, accomplish something or receive an offer, because again, the Knight of Cups, they're offering their cup. And the Three of Swords is saying that it's not going to work out because it wasn't the best thing for you. And then what's interesting is that we move on to the Three of Wands. So we have two threes here. It's 9:09 right now. I don't know why that matters, but I looked at it. So that might have some significance, which also like simplifies down to a 9, which is, individual completion. Anyway, so the Three of Wands, again with the wands, everything we talked about with the wands. However, this is more at the beginning of the journey, right? So this is broadening your horizons. This is even because of whatever is happening in the Knight of Cups, it gives you the opportunity to really get clear on what direction you want to head in. Because, we start with the Ace of Wands, right? Which is a brand new spark, something, like lights a fire in you, under you, around you. And the Two of Wands is like, great, what do I do with this? Right? It's like planning for the future. It's, what steps can I take towards this thing? What do I want to do with it? And then the Three of Wands is actually, it's like the beginning steps of that, even to recognizing that the path is not just a straight line here. I know, the book also like talks about the vision becoming clear here in the middle of the card. Opportunities, expansion, working toward dreams, finding yourself. Yeah. Three Wands float in front of your vision and form a perfectly balanced triangle. New magic surges from the heart of these wands and offers connection and new opportunities for those who seek it. Is this magic responsible for the surge of inspiration that the traveler has felt, or does this magic actually bubble up from deep within? I don't know if you heard that, but there you go. Okay, I kind of want to read this because I didn't even realize. It says, how humans found magic. I once dreamt there was a tree that bloomed with deep green flowers, and inside each flower was a human being. They were all unique in their own way, yet woven so intricately together as if the tree would die if a single flower fell to the ground. When I come across this tree in dreams, it speaks to me about the goodness in the world. It shows me how the wind feels in August, and how blue can seem more green when next to yellow, and how light behind your eyes matches the light behind mine, and his and hers and yours and theirs. It shows me places that still pulse with magic, so untouched and unknown. Then a single flower falls from the tree and it lands on my shoulder. I am shaken awake. That's kind of pretty. And then for cups, it says, elephants carry water. The mystic sees the universe in a bowl of water and finds the brightest light in the darkest places. We put on shells as if we were warriors preparing for battle. We decorate our shells with stories that burn brighter than they ever did at their origin. The mind does this to offer hope for future stories that may tell better tales of better times. If you look closely, a bowl of water holds the history of the entire universe, and then a single drop changes it all. I don't know. Interesting. So keep going off on tangents in your reading. I mean, if each one of these flowers is a person, There could be community involved. You could be developing a community. You could be finding your communities. I mean, it could be more than one, right? It doesn't have to just be just be one interest, but yeah. And especially with it paired with the 9 of Cups, because again, cups have to do with our emotion. The 9 of Cups is wish fulfillment, your desires being met. This book talks about this elephant coming out of a dark cave and literally like finding its people. You know, like just kind of feeling a little lost, a little alone, a little lonely, you know, and then all of a sudden they see the light at the proverbial end of the tunnel. And when they come out of it, you know, here's this valley with all of these other elephants. And they're like, I found my people. Which again is even this, like I said, you know, this path here on the 3 of Wands. And it even is too, like, you know, coming after the Knight of Cups and 3 of Swords, like, you know, if it was an opportunity that you turned down or maybe just didn't work out in some capacity for you, then it's like it got out of your way so that what the opportunity that is correct for you can show up. And then, like I said, we have the 10 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. This generally speaks to burden, but it's also too, like, you know, like I was saying with Wands about life experience, getting information by doing, right? And it does become a bit of a burden sometimes, carrying around all that baggage. However, though, like this to me is giving me this feeling of literally going where your experience, your information, your wisdom will be the most helpful. And yeah, maybe that does feel like an uphill climb or whatever, you know, because it is like trial and error, right? It's providing information to people and see if it clicks. And if it doesn't, they're not your people, right? Like, or it's not the message. Like you're still even getting clear on that. It is a 10 though, so it is some level of completion. So it could be that if you have felt burdened, that would be coming to an end. And then we have the Sun card, and then the 10 of Swords. After it, the Sun card is like everything good. It's joy, it's bliss, it's Leo, it's rejuvenation, rebirth, healing also. I can't hold all these cards. Even too, like, see this mountain here? And if the 10 of Wands is you know, walking up mountains in tarot, just speak to the journey, the ups and downs, the ebbs and flows. You know, sometimes it's easier, sometimes it's harder. But again, you know, there's the Sun card is good. It's even too just like blasting light on something. It could even just be blasting, you know, light on what is feeling like a burden to you. Where can you delegate? Where can you offload shit, you know, like in your life, so it's not as overwhelming. It's not even with the 10 of Swords. Again, 10s are completion. Swords are our mind and thoughts. Like it's like there's no other things to consider with the 10 of Swords. Also, even too, if it is something that, again, you know, because the Sun card is right between these two. So it's like, there's no other solutions that you can think of. There's no other solutions that should even be thought of. Like, I just get this feeling of like, it's like if you are trying to manipulate, but not like in a, in like a low vibe, kind of negative way, but like if you are trying to think of all these different ways that you could do something or get something to work, or even, like have people around you get on board in some capacity, it's like, no. And even with the sun in there, it could just be illuminating where it is that, things have been a burden to you. Again, where you can delegate stuff or offload stuff, get it off of your plate, even get it out of your mind, let it go type of thing. I mean, basically, where are you not following your intuition? Really. All right. That's all I have. Thank you so much for allowing me to read your cards. I will talk to you soon. Bye.